Ready? Begin.
Welcome to the Secret Group Podcast.
Let's get started, shall we?
Haircuts could be costly, but it ends up being more convenient as far as like maintenance goes, bro. Because
well, and it's kind of gay that I have to wake up every morning and like brush my hair, and then like before I go to bed, I go I brush my.
Yeah.
What if you put a little nightcap on?
Yeah, well, so
get yourself a little one of those like.
I have a bonnet. I have a bonnet. Last time I went to
just wrap it up, throw it in a bonnie.
Because I think was it you that got mad at me when you saw me in my bonnet? You came over one day and I was wearing a all right.
Someone else.
It was all right. It was another funny black guy. Then it was Rob Love. My bad. Because when I got my hair done the last time, the lady, she was like, she wrote me down a list of stuff that I needed to take care of my hair, and I went to Ulta and I was like, I need this, and a silk bonnet. And the lady was like, "Oh, so you're dating a black girl?" And I was just like,
as you was getting everything.
Yeah. And I was like,
"Oh, I didn't know."
Yeah. I was like, no, yes, I am.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, and then you know what else? Like, if you, let's say you get all those products and they're at your house, and you cut your hair. Yeah. And you have a girl come over. She's like, I know a lady lives here. Yeah. You're like, no. She's like, well, explain these products. Explain. Yeah. There's 2 bonnets in these drawers. Like, I used to.
Exactly.
Nah, that shit was a lot, man. It used to cost. It would cost me more money to have my hair that way. When I had it braided and stuff, it would cost me like almost $200 to have my hair like that, because you'd have to pay to get somebody to braid it, like style it and everything. And then you got to go and pay for the haircut, like for them to. And then sometimes line it up.
It's not good.
Sometimes it blows.
I had a lady, because I started growing my hair during COVID. Sorry, you look like you were about to chime in on us being gay.
No. I was wondering in my head what the number would be to get you in cornrows. What that number would be.
Jamaica. That's the number.
As soon as when the Rockets win the championship. Damn, no, I have no problem doing.
Starts the beginning of a Angels in the Outfield type season.
Yeah, what is going on?
No, I would do
it. The fucked up thing about that movie is that they win, and the dad's like, "I'll come back when the Angels win the pennant," and at the end he's like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
He's still like, nah, dude.
Exactly. We could be together. Nah, you're going to live with the manager of a baseball team.
Yeah. I just said that because I didn't think it could happen. Yeah. That's all it was.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess a remake of that in 2016 would be like if Trump gets elected.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Well, he's got a pretty good shot. So I don't know.
I would do cornrows. I pitched a show to Tre once. It was the Tutson Interruption, but it was a barbershop, and I would have like Stacey Anderson and like Corliss and MC Lotto. They would all be braiding my hair, and then they would go up and do sets while I'm in crazy pain.
Galveston is way less Republican than I expected it to be, because we just did it.
Oh yeah.
I got a tip today from one of them. Did you?
Yeah, me too.
It was a gay guy up front. I'm probably gay, right? The one with the shoes. You talked about his boat shoes. Yeah. He tipped me $10.
There you go.
Yeah, nice guy. Yeah, they were. That was an interesting, like, both crowds were like kind of interested, because the first crowd we were like, this is gonna go bad. Everyone's old. Yeah. Like, we were like, oh man, let's see how this goes. They were fucking.
I thought
great.
they were the better crowd.
Yeah, they were hot.
But
yeah,
because old beach people, I bet they're not that they're like more hip to the vernacular of today, but they're kind of drunk, so they're just like, ha.
Yeah. People go to Galveston because they got money, and they also
they have none,
or they have none. In which case they're not at that show.
Right.
But also if they're on the run and just don't like the government in general. Any part of it. Either side. They just don't want to. Dude, literally Robert Durst went to Galveston to hide.
Yeah.
And he did it. He just wore a wig. And no one found him.
No one knew anything.
No one found him until he murdered somebody. And then they weren't like, why are you down here in a wig? They're like, Yeah, it seems like self-defense. It was pretty crazy how much Robert Durst got away with shit.
Yeah.
Man, I had the worst. I was like trying to riff on that while I was in Galveston. Bombed so hard. It was going to be one of the worst like riffs I've done. I was like, if you would ask me in the 90s who the worst Durst would be,
You would have said
my
Fred.
money would have been on Fred. And everyone's like... I was like, no one biscuit. Yeah, exactly. Keep moving on. There we go. They ain't give me nothing. It was sad.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, there's so many, put a wig on and commit a crime criminals. Like, there was this oil man named T. Cullen. I forgot his last name, but I think he murdered his wife or somebody like in a divorce split. And ended up getting a hung jury like twice
Because he wore a wig.
on his. But yeah, he had it. But everyone said that's Cullen in a wig. Like everyone said, like dude, that's clearly
His
Cullen.
lawyer's like,
Wig.
look at the video.
Yeah.
That person clearly has long hair.
Yeah. And they were like, and they couldn't. It was whatever.
That's
And he got off. I'm like, golly, man, the dress up as a lady and commit the crime.
That was a large lady carrying around that 45 Magnum.
Especially now, like a jury's not going to be like, that's
It's
whatever you wanted it to be. That's what it is.
Crazy. Bruce did the crime and then became a woman after. Like did the crime as a man and then went to court as a lady.
You can't.
Bruce doesn't exist.
You can't
longer.
take my license. That was Bruce did that.
Yeah, you got Bruce's license, but
Bruce's
not mine.
body.
I like the idea that people have to get very deeply philosophical if someone transitions during a crime where you're like, what is a soul?
What is it really?
Yeah. Are you like a Native American, like two spirits person?
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I never thought about that. That'd be a weird trial.
Yeah.
That'd be the
Fun
best
to watch.
That'd be the best shit to watch.
I just like watching someone, especially if people are uncomfortable with that. I'm not uncomfortable with any person, right? So to me, it doesn't bother me at all. However, you get a jury or you get a lawyer in there that's uncomfortable with pronouns and stuff, and they're just like,
Just an old Southern
I rest
lawyer.
my case.
Yeah.
You're like, you didn't say anything. You're like, I didn't know, scared.
In conclusion, gross.
Fucked up. People are nuts.
Oh yeah,
It was like one of the guys that got murdered in Milwaukee by Jeffrey Dahmer, because like he was a little like Filipino Asian guy who like got out of Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment after he'd like drilled a hole in his head.
Oh yeah, I remember
and then
that
like
in the
two
movie.
cops walked by and were like this is the thing that two cops walked by. He was like help, and then Jeffrey Dahmer came down. He's like, no, this is my boyfriend. We're going back up to do gay stuff. And then the cops were like,
Get your ass inside.
Yeah.
Why'd you drill that hole? You gonna fuck it?
Yeah.
Or just fucked up?
that's really wow. Yo, they into some freaky shit. Gay dudes will fuck you in the head.
I didn't even know you could do that. Goes home to his wife, babe, I got an idea.
Let's go to Home Depot.
God damn. Also, what a crazy, just doing a lobotomy. Obviously, he's crazy. He's murdering everybody, right? But, just the idea of a lobotomy was so crazy to me back in the day that, girls or women used to suffer from clinically called hysteria, which was basically a woman being like,
This
I have an
sucks.
opinion.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're hysterical. We got to take you to the doctor. And so then, before the lobotomy, they used to just finger blast the lady.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And they were just like, doctors would literally, a doctor invented the dildo. It invented the vibrator because there was too many girls for him to finger. He was getting tired.
Some help.
His forearm was getting tired. And so they invented that. And then they're like, this is too much work still. They're like, let's just pull out part of their brain. They're like, how crazy is that? They did all their, that's how, that's wild.
I think that's such a funny part of history.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to do an intro?
That was it.
That was it.
What's up, finger blasters and fudge packers? It's the Secret Group Podcast.
That's the new name of the podcast. Finger
Finger
blasters and fudge packers.
I'm down for that. I guess I'll do it this time since I haven't done it. Welcome to the Secret Group Podcast. I'm one of the hosts, Tre Tutson. We got Will Loden here, Andrew Youngblood.
Look at that.
We got Brandon on the
Ones
through
and
8s.
twos. Oh, the A's through Z's.
Yeah, has not worn a Marvin Gaye hat since I brought it.
Man,
It's just straight
that's
skater
insecure,
caps.
dude. Insecure.
You look nice in it though, B.
I just have to say, man, what's going on? Why are you not wearing the Marvin Gaye?
Yeah, man.
Have y'all ever heard of Rosemary Kennedy?
Yeah, that was one of.
That seems like a Will question.
Yeah, that was the eldest daughter, sisters with JFK, and then like they're I think it was Joe. Kennedy.
She had a lobotomy.
Yeah. Joe
Kennedy
Kennedy was like. Joe Kennedy's like this. She wants to. Why does she keep talking so much? Like go to Martha's Vineyard, and then she was like, no, I actually feel real bad about poor people and minorities, and they're like, that's fucking crazy. And they took
instead of doing stuff about poor people, they're just like, let's just take out some of our brain.
Let's take some of our brain out.
Yeah, exactly. And she never bounced back from that. She was just in and out of asylum.
I wonder what were they saying. It's not just that part. It's like, all right, yeah, you crazy.
In the 50s?
But it had to be some other shit where it was like, we got to take these bitches' brains.
No, dude, literally in the 50s, it was like, I don't like when you hit me. Like, it's fucked up. Like, it was just like they had an opinion. They didn't want to stay home and do the dishes. They didn't want to. It was literally women that wanted to do shit.
Yeah.
And we were just, not we, but it was us. Like
No,
as a group. Well, it wasn't me, but
like that. Those broads fucked up the labor pool for all of us.
Yeah. My family, I'm pretty sure my family was too poor to afford a lobotomy, so that we were just at all the uppity women.
Well, goddamn. Well, I didn't know anything about any of that. What the fuck? I just learned what a lobotomy was right now.
I wonder, did a lobotomy happen in black culture at all, you think?
Probably not.
It was probably pretty expensive.
Well, if they'd have done it, it'd have been like fucking the Tuskegee experiment. They would have told us something else.
I'm not sure what that is. I know it wasn't good. That's all I know.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. I just know it wasn't good. Listen, I can't know every. If I knew every horrific thing,
you know about lobotomy, and you
because I tried to write a joke about it.
I know, but them giving black people a disease.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just didn't know the name of it. I didn't know the name of it.
Giving black guys syphilis just to see what would happen.
Just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
No,
that was a rough one. Well, I mean,
you probably just don't remember the
name. I didn't know the name of it. Yeah. I remember it now.
I mean, America was into eugenics long before Hitler, and so I forgot his name. His name was like I forgot his name. He was a huge proponent of eugenics in like the 10s and like 20s, and then like old Adolf and the fellas saw a couple of his books,
amped it
and they were like, "This is pretty sick."
Let's do it on the Jews.
Eugenics.
Lobotomies were performed on black people a lot, actually.
Did you really look this up?
I did, yeah.
I don't want to know this after Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Your holiday's over, buddy.
Actually, we looked into it. High rate of lobotomy on black people. I'm sure. I'm sure we led a lot of shit back then.
Yeah, exactly. Like you leading points in the NBA.
Yeah, not just points in the NBA. Thank you, B. I appreciate that.
So that's all the fact. It's just a lot.
That's
It's
the 21 Savage of numbers.
Is there
a lot?
Well, who is it done mostly on?
Let's see. This doesn't get good.
I don't know. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Do they do lobotomies of guys ever? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Now,
So they do
lobotomies,
and now they surgically do stuff to sex predators. Do
they really?
Yeah.
Like, to their brain, not their balls. Am I ever
They've done
that's
chemical.
Louisiana that just
They've
passed
done a
that.
chemical castration thing.
Really?
For a while.
The castration.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like they. I mean, you can probably guess why, but women and African American psychiatric patients were among the best candidates.
Yeah,
apparently.
let's move on.
Yeah.
This is making me sad.
That's why I've never really liked being white. I just always feel bad as a white guy. I'm like, God, we're the problem. But
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is.
Dude, I'm a 6'5", fat white guy. I am crushing it.
I spent most of my life thinking I was Native American. I was like, I got an out. I'm fine. And then it came back, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm the guy. I didn't know. So that stinks.
I got an out. Well, damn, I wanted to ask you something about Galveston.
Yeah.
Because
What
we were
about it?
having a good time out there.
I got pretty drunk out
And
there. I
so,
had a good
yeah,
time.
I ended up having to leave.
Yeah, I stayed. I got a hotel.
Yeah.
Got a hotel, got drunk, ripped my, you know what, I went out in flip-flops because it's Galveston,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I did the last show in slides and shorts.
Board shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Billabong.
So I was like, fuck this. And then the last show didn't go that well, and I was like, maybe there's something to the not wearing shorts. But I went out. I went to a bar. I was like, maybe I should put on shoes if I'm going around bars and stuff. And then I put on flip-flops because I was like, I went in Rome. And went to the first bar I go to, fucking ripped my toe on the bar. It was like just bleeding everywhere. And I'm like, bartender, can I get some Band-Aids and napkins?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it still hurts today.
Fuck,
So-
I did that as a kid, riding my bike in flip-flops.
Yep.
I hit like this flower bed, this wooden flower bed, went to turn the corner, and like, I don't know how, like, my toe just got caught. Oh, I know that fucking pain.
Yeah,
man.
no,
Yeah,
Right, I agree.
I used to
You
have
just had to
bad
drink it
foot
off.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did.
Bad. Yeah.
I figured it out.
I
made
need to
it through.
thin my blood some more.
Yeah. Not enough is coming out.
Yeah, not enough is coming out.
Dude, I mean, I got drunk enough where the next day I was pretty hungover, and then I was like looking at my toe, it was a little swollen, but I had the same Band-Aid on the night before, and I was like, I'm not ready to deal with this. I just kept that on for like 2 days.
Yeah, that thing. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
not
So,
yet, not yet, not yet.
If I'm losing the toe, it's my own fault.
There we go.
Dude, the bikes, man, flip-flops were always bad. Slightly baggy jeans or even just shorts. Back in the day as a kid, I would always catch my leg on the chain, the sprocket or
Yep.
whatever, right? And that
Yep.
shit would rip your fucking calf open.
And then
Yeah.
and then you would do then I started doing the hipster thing of like rolling up my jeans
Yeah.
up my
Yeah. Damn, bikes was we all had them, and it was
bikes.
could be dangerous. Like
Yeah, for
like
sure.
in Houston, biking is like the stupid. Like I every one of my friends who got into cycling in like their like
All
teens
get
and
into
20s,
accidents.
they all get hit by a fucking car.
Dude, I got a bike messenger friend in San Francisco who's been hit by a car like 8 times. But he's like, he goes, I gotta be honest, I kind of like it because I get paid. He's like, as long as it's not too bad. It fucking,
get me, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I walk away limping more than I have to. I'm like,
Yeah.
makes sense.
y'all have a memory of as a kid, like a really bad one?
Of any or biking?
A bike, like
yeah.
not of you, but maybe when you saw her.
So
No,
I was.
I got a,
Yeah.
you know, you.
I was biking down my street by myself, and Gene got caught into Sprocket, fell over, and a truck had to like swerve away from me as I fell over into the road. So like I almost got like run over, and like my leg was all fucked up. So I just went home like crying to my mom, and she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "The man." It was one of those angry dad moments too, because he got out of the car because he avoided hitting me, and he was just like, "You stupid kid, you gotta pay attention and stuff." I was like, "How is this helpful? Like you would have killed like this child."
That's funny. If you'd have died, he'd be like, "You stupid kid! You made me murder you."
Just like that shot in Jarhead.
Yeah,
Where he's like,
yeah.
"Keep your head down."
He's like, "That's all right. Let me get my wig.
Yeah.
I'll get off with this."
What about you?
When I was learning to ride without training wheels, my dad was helping me out, you know, and a little Batman bike with like you know how it had the Y.
Yeah.
Thing? I remember it was a Batman one, so it had like a plastic Batman shield right there, you know?
Yeah.
And he takes off the training wheels. He's like, all right, just focus. You got this. And I remember going down the road, I'm like 5 years old, going down the sidewalk, pedaling, no helmet on, because I guess my dad didn't give a shit.
It was
and
the
I remember
80s.
it was 90,
90s.
1990 specifically. Yeah. And so I'm pedaling, and I remember seeing a fire hydrant being like, just don't hit that fire hydrant. And then I was like paying attention to that, where I just kept going towards the fire hydrant, and then one thing leads to another, and I do a forehead into the fire hydrant, and I get up, and I remember looking in the mirror. I literally had like an egg popping out of my head.
Oh,
like it
my
was
God.
brutal.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to the hospital, but I'm pretty sure I was concussed because I just remember sleeping after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing everything you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Sleeping and crying and not wearing a helmet.
Not wearing a helmet.
So
I have one actually.
Hey, DB.
It was me, but it's just a little different. I was on a moped, and I was like 17 years old, and I was riding on like Montrose or whatever, and it was raining, and I hit the wrong brake. Like I guess I hit the
gas,
the front brake,
front brake
versus
instead of the back brake. Yeah.
And the scooter slipped from under me, and I fell. And then I realized that I was right next to. Y'all remember the Covenant House?
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Covenant
right.
House.
It was like where like troubled teens would go live, but they basically just hung out outside and would yell at people.
Yell at people and smoke cigarettes.
And they all stopped and laughed at me, and it's one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. And I was injured, so it was
And
not
I was
it was
injured.
not
yeah.
good.
No one's laughed at
B.
by bad kids.
Yeah.
Right? He just made me think of one, but I had one that was like bad. Not that happened to me that I saw happen to somebody, but I was in fucking Garmisch, Germany, and we were I was with Sladeham. We were going biking like up this mountain and then back down the mountain.
Because Slade
just to
likes
see shit.
doing gay little adventures when
He
he's on the
bikes
road.
and takes baths. and
Take
whatever.
pictures at waterfalls. I've seen the Instagram.
So we went up, and I fucking was like, I'm like, yo, I don't have the leg strength for this shit. Like I'm realizing like, yo, this is a lot of work, like going up this mountain.
Yeah.
We finally get up, so I say, man, I'm going back. I can't keep up with you. I'm going back down. So I start going back downhill, and I'm going pretty fast. Like and it's like the first time I've ridden a bike in like 5 years.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like,
It takes a little bit to
it
be
takes
like.
before
As a,
you're real
kid, as a
comfortable.
kid, we were like no hands and just leaning.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Yeah.
But now as an adult, I'm like, ah!
Exactly.
I don't have the same core strength.
I can't fall. I can't bounce back from a fall like that.
Yeah, the ground can't.
Yeah, exactly. So, bro, I'm fucking going, and then it gets to a point where I'm like, it's almost like a movie. Like the bike it's out of my control. Like now, I'm going too fast, and I can't remember which brake is which. So I'm just like avoiding people.
You don't
as
want
I'm
to do
like,
the front brake.
Yeah.
man,
Flip
I
over.
hit this front brake, and I went flying. Like I flipped the whole flip, bike, everything flipped.
Yeah.
I land on my back in my trench coat and shit. And I knew I was.
Why are you wearing a trench coat?
'Cause
Biking
it's
up a
Germany, it's
mountain?
cold.
Because it's fucking cold in Garmisch, Germany.
but
I led with Garmisch, Germany. I didn't
know.
say I was in
All right.
Baghdad.
Well, I didn't know. They've got a nice summertime.
Not this time that we went.
Yeah,
it was
Not summertime.
October-ish.
Yeah. Cold.
Yeah.
But trench coat and a bicycle just
It sounds
visuals. It's flying in the
Yes,
background.
yes.
Like you know.
It's like Negro Evil Knievel. Like it's like Evil
You have a
Knievel.
fedora on in
Yeah.
my brain. You know.
Yeah. So bro, I go flying, glasses, everything's everywhere. I knew I was hurt really bad. It was like I kind of like picked my head up. It was 8 people standing around me. Nobody had their phones out. I was like,
shit.
that's when you're in bad shape.
Yeah.
When nobody records.
They're all like- they're like-
they just rushed over like, yo, my man.
They're like, "What do you think it is?" And some guy's like, "I think it's a black guy."
But dude, I had fucked my shoulder up for the rest of the trip. Like I couldn't. I was like,
Yeah.
I was in bad shape, man. And
Yeah, dude.
that was brutal.
Falling as an adult's just so different.
You can't.
Oh yeah.
Just I fell onto a curb and dislocated my collarbone. Like I had to wear a sling from falling down in my front yard. I just like fell. And that's it. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Fucking embarrassing. You
Falling
can't do it.
upstairs now
Yeah.
is a thing I do
yeah.
often. Not drunk. I'm sober
Yeah.
and I'm falling. What is happening right now?
I remember biking with my older sister. She's like 10 years older than me. She's probably 16. I was probably 6. Biking around the neighborhood, and she did the front brake thing, going too fast. And she's a big old lady. She short. She's a bowling ball.
Let's say sturdy.
Yeah. She's a sturdy gal, and she goes over the handlebars and puts her hand out,
Oh no.
and this finger goes. And I remember she's like, oh, my finger hurts. I was like, are you okay? She goes, I think it's broken, but it was like pointing that way. I was like, I think so too.
It's 100% broken.
So.
I shattered my kneecap on a bike once. I was 20, and I decided to do a Tour de Franzia where I filled up a Camelback full of box wine, and I biked like 10 miles.
What flavor? Pink, red, or white?
It was white, and I chilled it because it was September in Houston, so it was still hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And I drank a bunch of it and hit a loose patch of gravel and just shattered my kneecap. Fucking not good.
What do they put screws and shit in it? You got screws in your
knee? I not anymore, but
they took it out.
They took them all out.
This made me laugh. I probably was about, I think I was in 5th grade. 4th or 5th grade, we just moved to these new apartments. There's this kid named Alex, Latino kid. I loved going to his house. He had like really dope games and shit. We're outside biking. Everybody's outside like playing on the bikes. And we're like popping wheelies on the speed bump, that's in the apartment.
Oh yeah.
So we're hitting the wheelies and shit. And Alex, he had like this dope ass mountain bike, like the double shock,
like a mongoose.
It was fucking dope. And he goes to pop the wheelie, but he's like, I'm gonna do a flip. Flip, bro. He goes to hit.
He wanted to do a flip.
Yeah, he goes to
insane.
He goes to hit the flip and doesn't complete it, and so he lands, bro, and somehow, however he lands, the what's that called, the spoke or whatever the chain goes in. That shit ends up hitting him right on top of his head. So, bro, boom, he comes down. So he gets up. He's like, damn, that was crazy. And we just see, he had like a little bit of long hair. So you just start seeing blood coming through his head. Like, hey, man, you're bleeding. And so he's like, huh? Oh, shit, I'm bleeding. His mom comes out, speaks no English. She sees him bleeding. She just starts beating him. Like she just starts saying stuff to him in Spanish, like you hurt yourself, yada.
Damn.
And like was beating him up or whatever for getting hurt. And then
classic. That's classic parenting technique.
I'm not. This is straight up because he goes in, his bike is just there. And I'm like, I'm gonna steal his bike. I was like, I'm gonna steal his bike. Like, he's not gonna. It's over with. He just got beat up. He's banned from biking. I'm sure. Oh fuck, man. It was like, I went to go grab the bike and then he came out. I was like, oh, I was just getting it for you. But
that's really nice, dude.
I busted my head open one time when I was like 27 because I was working.
Why is all his shit grown?
Because I had a difficult childhood. I
had to grow up fast.
Yeah, no. When I was 27, I busted my head open because I was hungover and I was using a post driver to drive in post to build signs for a guy I was working for, like campaign signs where it was like Arch Bullard 2024 or it was 2015 or whatever. And it was my first night ever doing a show at a club, a paid show at South Street Comedy Club in Jackson, Tennessee. And I hit my head on the post driver, split my head open, so they had to shave the top right here and then staple it. And I still went to the show that night, and I bombed my dick off. And, like, I got off stage, and the club owner, Harvey, was like, yeah, they could see the reflection of the staples in the light, and it, like, distracted everyone from what you were trying to say on stage. Like,
you're like, it's weird having long hair, right?
Yeah.
You're like, talking about the fucking staples.
Oh, bro. You gonna lobotomy?
Man, dude.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
You remember, you guys ever rollerblade when you were a kid? Like, yeah. I remember you'd because rollerblading was fun in the 90s. It was like when it first came out, right?
Yeah.
And it was like cool, and everyone I knew had rollerblades. We all go rollerblading, but sidewalks weren't ready for that because there's no like everyone has to have this kind of driveway. So you just be going, and then all of a sudden the gravel, yeah. I was sliding, but then gravel would show up. There'd be a driveway made out of gravel, and then you're just fucked.
You just fucked?
Oh, dude. Yeah, just one gets stuck in the tire, and then you're fucking down.
You just go flying?
Dude, I did that. I remember there's all this glass and shit that got into my knee. And I remember we were at my friend's house. We go to and his mom's like taking tweezers and just pulling glass and shit out of my knees. And then when she's like, I think you're good. And then like 3 weeks later, I'm like, I think there's shit still in there. Eventually, like 2 months after that, we had to go to the doctors because I had pieces of glass still stuck in my fucking knee.
Damn.
Just don't know any better. It's wild. 90s are cool, man. I did so much outside stuff.
Yeah. Getting hurt outside.
My kids don't go outside at all.
Not at all?
I'm scared to let
You
them.
don't just send them out there and just lock the door?
My
Say
mom
there's
would
a
do
fire.
that shit.
Yeah.
My mom would be like, come back when the sun goes down. Later. Pretty sure she was blowing guys. But she just didn't want to be bothered.
My mom wasn't blowing guys. She was just watching whatever the 90s equivalent of Criminal Minds was. Just
Matlock?
Procedural
Murder, She Wrote.
Touched by an Angel.
What you got? I don't know all these.
Oh, you don't know Matlock?
Not like I know the title. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the show was about.
It was about a really good old man lawyer.
Okay.
He looked kind of like Colonel Sanders a little bit, but he was a little slick. And
Yeah, Anna. This is
He was a Southern gentleman.
It was Andy Griffin.
Murder, She Wrote was about an old lady,
Angela Lansbury,
who was a detective.
Yeah,
she's kind of hot-ish.
She was smoking hot in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, but even then she was like, I just remember that she showed a lot of leg. And for like an old lady, she was like, can't you see the stockings? You know what I mean? Like you could see I feel like there was a cover where she was like this, like that kind of thing. Like I remember that it's just a childhood memory of her looking hot. And I could also be mixing up her and the hot one from Golden Girls. Not hot, but supposed to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And so, my mom also used to watch, what was the vampire one? They remade with Johnny Depp as a movie.
Dark Shadows.
Oh, yeah. That was like the Twilight of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. My mom loved that show, too.
Yeah, dude. My mom used to fucking... To vampires.
Just go to town. Quantum Leap was another good one that my mom watched.
That's good.
Yeah. Quantum Leap was fantastic.
One of my favorite clips to come across. So you know what Quantum Leap is?
I'm gonna say it's a time travel show.
Yes. Basically, this guy, he gets put in different people's bodies. He's trying to find his way back to his own body.
Right.
But
he has
the
to
thing
solve
is
issues.
Yeah. He basically randomly hops into people's bodies, solves their issues, and then he gets to go to the next body.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever makes it to his own body.
That's a great video game. Like that kind of as a mission.
But there is one
where
I wish Brandon just pull up the most famous Quantum Leap clip because it's better than us.
It's the most famous?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be surprised if it wasn't the most. It's become a meme.
Yeah.
Because he gets put in all sorts of different people and bodies. He'll be like,
age,
they confront,
race, ethnicity.
They confront a lot of race relations and different things like that in the show because, he's a white guy. He gets put in a black guy's body and he gets treated differently. Yes, it is that one.
Okay.
Okay. He goes, okay.
Like I just
see
this one. Definitely got to see this.
He gets put in.
Let's wait for it.
This is so funny. More alarmed about a show than the fucking black lobotomy numbers.
Wait, you're not. Hold on. No, this is not the one.
Because this is what I see.
No.
It's KKK.
Oh,
I don't know this one.
Shit.
But that's
fair enough, B.
I don't know what that one is.
So I was like, oh.
No. That's the one right there. The white
This
T-shirt one? That's got to be it.
Oh, Clan on Vacation.
Yeah, look.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Is he just a fat guy?
He's
he's
a guy with Down
syndrome.
And he goes, so you're saying I'm retarded. It's like, doo-doo-doo-doo.
I'm retarded?
Hey, show the Klan one. What the fuck? Dude?
Show the Klan one. Yeah.
So you're saying I'm retarded?
Yeah, we can watch the Klan one. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the Klan one either.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They did what?
Oh, shit.
This man has tried to destroy our way of life. And now he must pay the
Was that him?
penalty.
I think so.
Fuck, I know that guy. He's in Soul Food.
I agree with the Grand Dragon.
Oh, no.
I agree with the Grand Dragon.
Oh, he's playing a guy in the Klan.
think we should hang this man. Tie this off. While we're at it, I think you should hang me too.
Sam, have you gone completely crazy?
Daddy! No, Daddy, you gotta stop this!
Because I don't want to live in a world where fear and hate hide behind a call for justice. Where men,
How do you get the
women,
black
and
suit?
children
Oh fuck, dude. You don't want to know the bodies.
were denied, among other
That's a
things,
number
the
no
right to
man
vote.
can number.
And if they try to do anything about it, you hang them.
This isn't funny.
No.
No, this isn't funny at all.
I
This
do
is-
want to watch the episode.
Yeah.
It's probably a good
Probably a
episode.
good episode.
Christ. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
The white guy playing the magical Negro. Like, hey, show up and show you how
In
it's done.
blackface.
It's
In
insane,
blackface.
dude. What the fuck?
So apparently, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
And then the other guy who yelled out, he's like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
Yeah.
That guy is his like fairy godparent or something. I don't know who he is, but he's like no one else can see him, and he's just like
Oh, and he says
he's
okay.
always just he's always like giving him advice and like, all right, we got to do this. you know?
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
what the
like,
hell he is, but he's like God or something, or like an assistant to, or
crazy.
assistant to God. I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know what the fuck he is, but honestly, it was a pretty solid show overall.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah. But
Did they try to redo that or?
yeah, they totally did redo it.
They totally
They
did
redid
reboot
everything.
it.
There's nothing that there's nothing of popularity that they did not redo. I bet you there's a Matlock remake.
Yeah, I bet they tried.
so.
Yeah.
Is there a Matlock remake? Watch, guaranteed.
It was a reboot.
There's a Matlock porno.
Well,
That's
all the remake
there
I
will
need.
be. It's actually launching this fall.
That's hilarious.
every
Yeah.
show that had even somewhat popularity got rebooted, and they all fucking stink.
How did you say rebooted?
I thought we were gonna keep moving. I almost acknowledged it, and then I was like, nah, we'll just skip right over that. And then I
Move
go,
over that.
all right, no,
What are we
there we
doing?
go. I should have known better. Yeah. I don't know how I said it. It came out strange. I know that.
Rebooted.
Rebooted. I don't know. That 90s show was trash.
Yeah.
The Full House was trash.
That was
Full
the-
House is trash, but I still watched it because I was like, come on, Uncle Jesse, show up. And then he shows up, everyone cheers, he says hi, and he's like, whoa, mama, and then everyone leaves. And then that's
Cut it out.
Was that guy was obviously Stamos, right? So, but
Yeah.
was he like a
sex
big
symbol?
sex appeal? Like big sex symbol in the
Yeah,
90s.
dude.
Yeah. John
yeah.
Stamos was like the king.
Yeah,
He was like him and Slater.
Slater, yeah.
Christian
Slater.
Slater?
Fuck,
No,
yeah.
no. AC Slater. I guess Christian
I
Slater too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit.
It depends. I guess these are different types of 90s,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
I would maybe Stamos might have been like late 80s, early 90s, right? Slater,
Okay.
Christian Slater's probably mid 90s, right, or
Yeah,
early
yeah,
90s. AC Slater, that's 90s and late 80s probably too.
Did y'all know that John Stamos is on tour with the Beach Boys?
Oh yeah, he plays drums.
You
didn't
get
know
tickets for that?
I would love to see the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I did know he tours with them because there's a few. That's how they're in the show. I don't know if you guys watched Full House as a kid, but there's many episodes with the Beach Boys in it, and in one of the episodes, he plays with the Beach Boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Hence the.
Wait, but I thought what the fuck, Uncle Joey? I don't know that.
Uncle Joey was a comedian.
I thought he was a comic.
David
Uncle
Coulier.
Joey was a comedian. Uncle Jesse
is in a
is a
band.
musician.
There we go.
Yeah, Jesse and the Rippers.
Okay.
Yeah. He wrote Michelle. Right? Their song, it's called like My Michelle or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. My sisters watched it.
Yeah,
but
you're a little.
It's foggy.
What's
It's
your
a-
age?
I'm 32. So I
you're,
know, but
you're
it's
a little.
foggy.
Yeah. I'm 39,
Yeah.
and so it was like that was my age right then. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like I mean, TGIF was. Were they TGIF or that was Saturday morning? I can't remember, but it was like Step by Step, Full House, Family Matters, all of those fucking family sitcoms were. I loved
were
them
big in
all.
the early-
They
the
were
early
Y'all ever
huge.
watch the first season of Family Matters?
I watched
Yeah.
every
Oh,
Family
before
Matters, dude.
before Urkel?
Before black
Pre-
writers.
pre-
No. They had these Jewish writers, And you'd have a black lady have a long day of work, and she come in and go, "Oy vey." And it was like, we gotta fucking change that. It was all these people was fighting. They were like, "What the fuck is this? Like, this is a black family."
I tried to rewatch Sex and the City a couple of months ago, and you could just tell it's like math that old queens wrote for women. Where it's just like and I thought I was gonna do that. Just like,
I started Boardwalk Empire.
That's good. It's
that's
solid.
Really good.
I did not finish it. It's one of those shows where, and I don't know how far you're in, so I won't say anything.
Okay.
But at certain points, you lose certain characters, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it's good until then, and I'm like,
What a Wires was like that. It was.
I haven't watched it. I was thinking about starting it.
You haven't watched it?
Never watched
Wires.
it.
I feel like that's the formula for an HBO show. They go, hey, we're gonna get rid of all the characters or whatever. Which is essentially what Game of Thrones is.
Sopranos, everyone dies.
Yeah, it's like what they do.
I don't know. They need to get a black lady to set all the wigs on the new House of Dragon shit, because those wigs like fucking.
I haven't watched any of that shit.
Well,
yeah, I'm not really.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
I read
a fucking dork.
Yeah. Sorry, I was too busy. Like
this cigar shop, I was helping this guy at. I'd be there. And this old man would come in, Mr. John would come in. He'd come in and smoke a couple cigars, and he put whatever on. So because I had Max, he would be like, "Hey man," he was like house sitting for his daughter or something like that, and he came across it, watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and then he came and it was like, "You wouldn't happen to have access to Game of Thrones?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, sure."
That's so funny. So he said it like it was a fucking drug.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
you know where I can get a little.
Excuse me, young man.
It was blah blah blah. So I put it on for him, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke a cigar, and I'm gonna give this a shot, because I gave no fucks.
Yeah.
And bro, I never cared less of a fuck. I was like, yo, I don't know why, but that world means nothing to me. Like dragons and. It doesn't move me in any way. Like
to me, it's just that show wasn't. I watched I think 5 or 6 episodes, and I was like, I can't. I'm just not that into it. The brother sisters were annoying and fucking.
You don't like incest?
I mean, that's exclusively what I watch, but but not with a long ass story around it.
Right? You're like, God damn! Get to the fucking her.
I'm sorry. In the Middle Ages, they couldn't get stuck in a dryer, but
throw them under a fucking bed. I'm stuck in the hay. Yeah, I couldn't get into it. But you know what? I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't like dragons.
So you
and
just like it when
stuff.
Weinstein produces things.
Oh, is he Wine?
That guy.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
So you know what?
Miramax.
Then I take it back. I don't think that guy did anything wrong. You made that. You're good. I'll give him the old, what I call the Michael Jackson pass.
Yeah.
You create something that good.
Yeah. You're like, hey.
Do whatever you want, man.
Exactly.
Also, don't put this in the podcast. Yeah. It's a joke. Jokes. I don't. It's all not real.
No.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, no, he's not great.
Nah, but he like approved so many comedies.
Yeah,
I grew up watching.
Yeah.
That fuck, man. Like,
I mean, still the Weinstein name is on a lot of movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
Now, so I don't really know what's going on.
His brother didn't
Rob
fuck like fuck celebrities.
Yeah. There's this movie. Like, it's so stupid, but I loved it growing up. It's called Senseless. It's with Marlon Wayans and David Spade.
Really?
And so it's really like,
I don't know if I've seen that.
It's a classic kind of 90s movie. It ends
Black guy.
No, not doing none of that. I gotta give it that. Not doing none of that. It's the role could have been anybody, but what you needed was the role Marlon has. You did need somebody that was good at physical comedy,
right?
So it looked like something that was like written for like a Jim Carrey or somebody young during that time, but he gets it. So what it is like he's in school. He's at like an Ivy League school, and he's trying to get this job that's on Wall Street, like this junior blah 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 job.
Got to get the junior executive.
Yeah, so you have all these qualifications that you got to hit, and he can't do it.
Yeah,
and so he takes this experimental drug, and it like increases his senses by like 10, and so it's that's what I mean. Like it's
Limitless.
Like it goes great, and then he fucks up, and then it's like but it's like a funny. It's a movie I remember being like 7, 8 years old, just just laughing throughout the whole shit. But it was a Weinstein was like, yeah, sure. Because they don't really like approve shit like that anymore. Like everything is, it has to be very action based now.
Right.
Yeah, there isn't as goofy, like there's not a lot of buddy comedies or like that kind of thing. I remember a movie that reminded you were talking about it was guy from Shawshank. What's his name?
Which one?
The main guy.
Tom Hanks.
Which one?
From Shawshank.
There's two main guys. There's Morgan Freeman.
Tom Hanks
and there's
was up
Tim
for the
Robbins.
Role. Oh, Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins.
I was thinking The Green Mile.
Martin Lawrence.
And Martin Lawrence.
Nothing to lose. I fucking love that movie.
Love that movie.
Yes,
dude.
yes.
That's so good. Yeah.
Silly ass.
Just
There's some silly
fucking
scenes
buddy
in there.
movie. He gets hijacked. They become friends at the end. And he's like, and they're like, you don't want to press. He's like,
I don't want to press charges. What are you doing? Yeah.
They just become. I love a degenerate. Then there's like the uptight asshole.
Right.
But then
The
all of a
straight
sudden
man.
they really balance each other out.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah.
That was the formula for 80s and 90s. Dude.
Yeah.
It was
Fucking
fucking
love
great.
that shit. Yeah.
Trading places.
Trading Places.
Similar fucking thing. Asshole.
Yeah.
Fucking degenerate.
You gotta
They get it
loosen up.
together,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And so, but in the 80s and 90s, it was always like the cool black guy teaching the
White guy how to
stuffy
dance.
white guy how to be like normal, and then they would become friends because the white guy would loosen up.
Yes.
Like,
So
that's all
then
it was.
they switched that in the early 2000s to just like nerdy black guy and like street kind of black guy, and then they would and then he would like help him find his blackness. In the movie.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a nerdy black guy. They'd always
he's like
The
scared.
Rock.
I can't, what? Oh, yeah.
Kev shit is scared. The movie I have in mind is Double Take.
Yeah.
So Orlando Jones is like this corporate America guy. Eddie Griffin's street guy, but actually a fucking FBI agent or something like that. But then they clash, and it's just like that formula. That was like fun. But Blue Streak is like similar.
Blue
It's not
Streak was
black and
fun.
white, but it's like
Blue Streak was fun. Rush Hour.
Rush Hours.
That's
the best.
A little different. It was a little different. You got a foreign Asian guy.
Yeah.
And so that's cool.
Yes, exactly.
and then
listen, dog, that movie works if you almost any Asian guy that barely speaks broken English with any black guy.
Yeah.
That movie that's that movie because there was times Chris Tucker did not know what Jackie Chan said for real. He was like,
and all of the movies we had just talked about right now, and all of these movies, they could all be described in one sentence, and it'd be people are different. That's all they were. They're like, what if we do a movie where we show that people are different?
And let's do a people are different movie.
Dude, People are different movie. It's very, very fun. I don't know. I love the Rush Hour where they got Jeremy Piven to do a gay accent. It's just like
that's Jeremy Piven at the grocery. At the fucking fashion store. They go ahead and go buy new clothes.
Look at you, just buttercream.
Yeah, that's right.
And now he does comedy.
Yes, we can say that.
Yeah, that's so funny. All those fucking
Rush Hours were fun though.
I
remember it was such a quotable movie.
Oh yeah,
everyone you know after it came out was like, "Never touch a black man's radio."
I
was like, I was doing it, dude. I was like, you better not.
All those fucking lines. Fucking, you ever see Money Talks?
Which one's that?
No. Money Talks is
so.
Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen. It's like he finds these dude. That's a fucking class. I probably could just recite that whole movie just from everything. Dog, like Chris Tucker's so fucking funny in this movie.
Yeah.
There's a scene that's like this is an underrated fucking scene. He gets busted. He goes to jail. He's sitting next to Faison Love. And he's in jail. And
Faison Love, what a good character actor. Sorry.
Right? Yeah, he just guess shirtless, by the way. Every movie Faison shirtless. First shirtless in that movie too. But he's in the cell, and so Chris Tucker's like explaining what happened. Man, I'm dead serious, blah, blah. He's like saying this Popo came, blah blah blah. He's like explaining this whole shit, and the whole time Faison is undressing while he's in there. So he's like, he's getting ready to, he's going to fuck him. That's what's going to happen. And so
that's the
Chris
joke.
Chris Tucker's reaction when he was like, yeah. And he looked at him, he was like, man, get the hell out of me, man. Hey, and where your shirt at? It was like this whole scene. That shit was so fun. That's like an unrated scene because he was just going And as he keeps like doing shit, Chris Tucker's like, all right, man, stop playing, man. Like, take your, he's like putting his arm around. He's like, hey, stop playing, man. Anyway, man, they start tripping. He just keeps telling the story. Fuck, dog. There's so many classic. The fucking him in the bathroom getting dressed. Like Victor Moan, he's like shitting on Victor Moan for being married to Diane Carroll, and like he's just like going off, and it's that movie's a fucking classic.
Money
You haven't
Talks.
seen it.
I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch Money Talks, bro.
Yeah,
Like if
I'll watch it.
that 90s shit we talking about, that classic buddy shit, that's one that was like up there.
I rewatched Kingpin a while back.
I love Kingpin.
What a great
The fucking bowling movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I keep falling asleep on this movie. I have not finished
You gotta
Kingpin.
watch it.
I gotta fucking.
No, if
finish
you don't like
bro.
it, then yeah.
No,
I think
I like the movie. I keep falling asleep. Where did I fall asleep at? When he goes, whatever. The guy goes to the bowling alley, I think, and they're gonna find out who the fucking guy with no arm is, or something like that. I think, or something. Isn't that a part? Isn't that a scene?
there's a scene where one of the
Where they reveal this guy's no fucking arm, right?
no hand.
No hand or something.
Who's the big Amish friend in?
that's
lost
Randy Quaid.
He's kind of nutty online
that's
now.
That's Randy Quaid.
But
yeah,
I think he's one of the funniest comic
relief. Relief guys. Dude, he was great in Independence Day as a drunk pilot.
He was great.
He's
fucking all the National Lampoons. You know, like all that he was great in. He was good.
No, yeah.
And now he's a nut online though.
That's
become
fun.
Like a real.
No, he went hard right.
Yeah.
He took a hard right in about 2008, and now he's just saying some real fun shit online.
What is a movie if you could reboot it with whatever budget? What would you reboot, and who you think you'd cast in it?
So, great question. First off, I don't think that comedies need big budgets. Like that's kind of the beauty of a comedy.
It had a little pocket.
Yeah. Like you can get way more ROI, a return on investment, if you make it for a couple $1,000,000, and it's just like
you can't make any movie for a couple $1,000,000 anymore though.
Yeah,
any movie.
What do you mean?
Like there's no movies that are just like back in the day. I feel like a movie would cost $10 million to make sometimes. Yeah. Right. And now like you couldn't make like a Paul Rudd buddy comedy, right, with that kind of money.
So
you know?
So maybe not from a studio, but like this is what
yes,
people
we could
do.
make it.
No, I'm not saying us, but I'm saying that was the Wayans brothers' whole formula was that you could take a couple whatever, and the last one to do it has been Marlon. He still takes a few million, 4 million, blah blah blah, and can blow it up,
spins it, and then gives people points at the end.
Yeah. But so I don't know. I mean,
okay. So I found Euro Trip. Like I don't know if you remember.
I remember Euro Trip.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
trash.
It was trash. Okay.
I mean, it was. I feel like it came out at the same time period as a lot of those like spoof ridiculous movies almost came out, Not Another Teen Movies, the Euro Trip, Road Trip. There's Van Wilder's that
absolutely.
over the top '90s tits. Fucking sex jokes.
I do miss that. I miss tits.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No. Tits in movies, but like also like just the fun. The road adventure buddy comedy has always been fun.
Oh yeah.
Due Date is the last one I remember that was like that.
Yeah, it was good. Tommy Boy, Black Sheep.
Boy.
Yeah, that's the kind of style that I would like to do. Just because then you can put like great character actors into scenes and then just be like go, like with like a loose plot. And so I think that would be good. Some of the younger like improv-y kids, I think I would probably try to throw that sort of thing into. And also like, dude, silly scenes and silly accents are still funny to me. All right, like
silly
if it's
scenes
like
and silly accents.
like all right, they're in a German bathhouse. All right, and something kind of like gay happens, but you get to see boobs later. Like that's not bad. That's not a bad recipe for success.
I like to think that that's what the writer wrote down. And they're like, and go.
This old man, like kind of like your bit about being in the bathhouse in Poland. Like,
in the sauna.
In the sauna. Yeah.
You just in there like, What would you do, Andrew?
What? I've been to saunas. I like
We were talking about rebooting it. If you could reboot it. I've been to a sauna. Yeah.
I thought we were talking about gay stuff in a sauna.
I was at Scotty's warehouse once.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. My favorite movie of all time as a kid that I'd like to see rebooted, I really like the movie Monster Squad.
Yeah.
No one really's ever seen it. It's not a huge popular movie.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's basically these kids fight. It's the Goonies, but with the Universal monsters.
Okay.
Right? So it's like these kids fight every 200 years, the battle between good and evil, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of it. Van Helsing fights Dracula. He stops the world from ending. And 100 years go by, and now it's been 100 years, and there's this thing called the amulet that is the battle between good and evil, blah, blah, and these kids find it.
Yeah.
And these kids have a monster club because they like monsters. I loved monsters as a kid. So anyways, Dracula shows back up, invites the Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the whole and then Universal was like, no, we're not doing this movie. So someone else, this guy named Fred Decker put it out, and he's done like a ton of horror movies and things like that. And then they just had like slightly different versions of it. Anyways, it comes out. It's badass. It's PG-13, but they're all swearing and shit the whole time. Like, it's awesome because it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
And in like 85, you could like show tits at PG-13 and also be like, you just throw out shit,
Yeah.
And then they fight the monsters and whatever. So I'd remake that movie, but I knew it wasn't going to go well when I told it because you guys didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know this movie, but it sounds like a fun. That sounds like a fun ass movie.
It is a fun movie. As a kid, it was the best. As an adult, it holds up. And it was one of those things where it got re-released on DVD in like 2010, and it became such a cult classic. Like the kids who liked it were obsessed with it. I was obsessed with it from 5 until fucking. I still like it.
Yeah.
I got it tattooed on my body.
Damn,
that's how much I like it. But if I had to remake any movie that would be better for this podcast conversation, I would. I'd do another remake of Yeah, because they didn't do a good job on this one. I'd redo Overboard.
Okay.
And I'd keep the traditional. They switched the roles.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as good. Go back to the other roles. The original Overboard was so cool.
I just watched that movie.
The original one?
Yeah, that movie is fucking.
It's great.
Fucking crazy though. Like it should just be called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. They kidnapped somebody and they were like, no, we were married the whole time. And then they're like, oh, okay. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Overboard. It's Kurt Russell
in 1982.
and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And like. They were like as big as they can get back then, right?
Yeah, okay.
They were together.
So Goldie Hawn's rich lady owns a boat, hires Kurt Russell. He's a contractor,
right?
Poor contractor, 3 kids, raising them by himself. Goes on the boat. One thing leads to another. She falls off the boat. She gets amnesia. He's watching the news and was like, "This was the bitch who was so mean to me. Fuck that bitch." And there's like, she's got amnesia. If anyone knows who she is, so he goes down there and he's like, "Man, it's hard to raise these kids by myself." And she's got amnesia, and he goes, "What's up, sweetie? Are you okay?" Brings him home, treats her that they've been married forever. They live in a shed, basically.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
And she has to deal with her, like, shitty fucking kid. His kids that are just like wild animals.
Right.
And so eventually, she's a stuck-up rich girl, doesn't know how to do dishes or anything. She learns how to be a normal person.
Right.
Then, like, at the end, they end up together because they fell in love.
That is hilarious.
It's a killer. I
like
watch
that.
I watch Money Talks. You watch Overboard.
I'll watch
we'll do
Overboard.
a review of it. But
Okay.
Overboard was killer in the 90s. And then they redid one with Anna Faris and somebody, and they switched it where the guy was the rich guy and Anna Faris was just like some dumb girl. And like that's
some scumbag.
Yeah. And so was not as good. I watched it with high hopes and
didn't feel good.
Why do we got to switch the gender roles on it?
Yeah.
Well, it's the movement.
I don't even know if that was the movement because they just made the girl the shitty one. Like, yes, Kurt Russell was the bad guy. If if we're taking all 80s, 90s movies charm out of it,
right.
the lead role in all 80s and 90s movies were pretty bad. They're like stalker dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they're like kidnapping, right? So they're all bad people, but because it was in a movie form, we're like, this is cute,
Right.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That could have been the vibe then. There's a lot of old women that loved getting stalked. It was like, that's how I know he wanted me.
He showed his affection by following.
Yeah, they would weed through all of that
sniffing
psycho
my
shit.
chair.
Someone's got a joke about that. Might even be a local guy where it's like, you ever heard like your grandparents' story about? No, it's Jenny Zagrino. Have you ever heard the grandparents' story about like them meeting?
Yeah.
She's like, my grandma was like, he just wouldn't give up, and I wasn't interested in him, but he just kept following me everywhere, and eventually I got pregnant by someone else, and I was like, I'll be with you. I was like, damn, dude. So maybe it was the time, but if one of us stood outside of someone's house with a boombox at 2 a.m, like,
dun 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 dun,
you have to.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, but I was thinking about the right words to say.
It's a good song.
I would probably. There's 2 that come to mind. I'd probably redo Major Payne.
God,
what a great movie!
Why? It's so perfect.
No, well, it's just
I love that movie.
You gonna eat that?
Well, I would redo it, but like just to update where shit is at now. Just meaning you would just redo it because it's like military stuff then, but I would love to see if they could like add in like.
I'm already annoyed by it. Like, just thinking about, like, instead of doing the Michael Jackson dance, they're all doing the fucking Fortnite dance.
Oh, whatever.
Like, like just ruining it for me.
But no, it's always an adult just shitting on
children,
children, but teenager kind of whatever. That's always like kind of funny and. It's the last thing of like acceptable bullying, kind of like
because no one likes a teenager.
No one likes a teenager, so you can.
We all know.
Yeah, so you can kind of put it through that, and maybe Camp Nowhere. That was just like a fun movie.
I've seen it, but I can't quite remember it.
They fucking all these kids. If I'm not mistaken, they don't want to go to the camps that their parents assign for them to go.
It's a World War II
movie. So they make up a camp, and Christopher Lloyd, the actual Back to the Future, not the writer on Frasier, but he's like the old guy that's like helping them run the camp and shit. It was just like it's a fun kid.
I do love a camp movie.
It was a good romp.
I just I just showed my kid Heavyweights.
Heavyweights is a fun one.
Was fucking good, dude.
Lars, what kind of a name is that? Where are you from?
Fa-Ave. It's the best. They're just hiding candy everywhere. That I have never been on one, but since I was 10 years old and that movie came out, I've wanted nothing more but to get on a blob.
Oh, I would
big blobs. You know what I'm talking about? That thing that floats in the water. You get on one end, and then someone jumps on it, and it launches.
I've never seen Heavyweights. I just know it's a Judd Apatow movie.
Oh,
that's why I got excited.
It's a killer. It's one of the best.
And Ben Stiller is in it.
Yeah,
Ben Stiller's
he plays
in
like
it.
A scary.
He plays the same guy that he does in Dodgeball.
Yeah,
right. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It's actually one of those things. I saw like a TikTok where there was like. A fun fact, and then they're like, this is the same character, and then they're like, and then they created a story that got them from one movie to the other.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Somebody did that same thing with Bob Odenkirk's character on Roseanne. He plays a fucking like a lawyer named Jimmy.
and then he becomes
Jimmy McGill. Yeah,
that's cool.
Go ahead,
yeah, so the blob. Yeah, no, I went to summer camp every year.
And you got to be on one.
Yeah, they're great.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Dude, they're super cool. And then when I was a summer camp counselor, we would go, because we would have off nights when we didn't have to watch the children. And you would just get hammered drunk and go on the blob. And it was a blast. Those are really fun.
What the fuck is a blob? Okay.
So it's an inflated like tarp.
Yeah,
it's like two.
Imagine a super giant pillow full of air.
Yeah. It's full of air, but it's not totally inflated to where it's super tight. So there's a big tower you jump off of onto the blob.
Okay,
and then that shoots the other person who's on there super high.
It launches them in the air.
It launches them in the air. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And ever since I've seen, I've never.
I thought that was like a rescue boat.
I've always
thought like, damn, somebody drowned it. And it's a lot of them.
That's so funny. No, I've always wanted. That's ever since then. That's so funny.
No,
that movie was great though, man.
Yeah,
like loved it. The little English kid, he's like, "Oh, I brought chocolates," and then he's like, "Oh, they're melted. They're fucking all over his body." And one kid like comes up and he's like, It's so fucking ridiculous. And then Goldberg's in it, and he's like the only one who knows how to shave. So he's like shaving the balloon because they do that race at the end against the fast cool kids. You know,
Tiger or whatever.
It's so good because even if you weren't a fat kid, you, as like every kid, you're just insecure, so you fucking relate to all these fat kids. And I don't know, man. I always wanted to go to summer camp. Right. That was the thing I never got to do. Yeah. And I
can relate to that. Never went.
God, it's such a good movie.
Vacation Bible School.
VBS sucked. VBS was hard.
Bible school.
You
can still get a hand job.
I had a lot of
Bible school.
I have a friend who got in trouble and had to be a counselor at a summer camp for special kids.
Needs kids,
And he would make bracelets with them, and he would be in charge of like one bunk, right? Yeah. And so he'd be in there sleeping, and then all the other kids, they'd be sleeping in there. And one day they made all these bracelets, and he was like, and then we went to bed, and he would just hear the bracelets shaking because they were jerking off with the
That is so funny.
And he gets up and he turns the lights on. He goes, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Sean."
You know what I'm doing? That's so funny.
When I was a camp counselor, I was a camp counselor for like a month, and it's an overnight camp, and you always you sleep in the same cabin with all the kids. And I was like 19, so by like the third week of not jacking off, like I was just waking up with the hardest boners ever. And so like I would just have to like roll over and be like, "All right, kids, make your beds and you know, like clean up and you know, go brush your teeth." And they're like, "Why aren't you getting out of bed yet, Mr. Loden?" And I'm just like, "Because I need to watch y'all from here right now."
Because all you kids are so damn hot.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Jerry Sandusky School of
No. I always wanted to go to a summer camp, man.
It was fun.
I wonder if there's an adult summer camp where you're like, I didn't get that memory, so I could just go for a week.
Yeah,
it's called Sandals.
Jamaica?
No, I just saw something for some shit like that.
I'm gonna Google it. I think I want to do
There's
that.
like a fucking.
There is.
Yeah.
It's called Camp No Counselors. They have one in Dallas and Austin.
Whoa, they're right here.
Yeah, we should go.
I'm going.
Who should go?
All of us.
All of us should go. B.
I made those
Andrew
memories as a
doesn't
kid.
like my pranks. I thought he was gonna get around.
You don't do pranks.
He got so.
Did you hear about this new prank?
He got fucking mad.
This is insane. Insane. All right, you tell the prank because we got to wrap up.
Is this the one where are you stealing shit from people's carts again?
No, this is so much worse.
It's not that worse.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's hear it all. I'll try not to interrupt, but I already want to. This is insane. He bragged about this to me, and I was like,
before I tell you,
no. Let's just say it. Don't no. We're
fine.
I can't. I'm not allowed to sway anything anymore.
Okay.
You don't sway anything.
All right.
Let's hear
I will be the moral arbiter.
Yes, an official history account of the events that occurred. Not
all right, cool. So
factual only, not opinions.
I go to an Astros game. Fact.
Yes.
No, I go to the game and
y'all went to the game together. Y'all went to the box.
No, different.
No, this is a different game.
I
It was a Father's Day weekend baseball game. So I'm there with some people.
So Trey went alone.
Stuff like that. My dad likes basketball. Why can't Father's Day be in fall? No. So we whatever. We go to the games. I go there with some people, and there's some people. There's some guy sitting in the front. And the girl sitting next to me goes, "Oh my God, so cute! They got a picture of that guy's got a picture of them on their phone." And I thought she was talking about the guy that came with us. Like he took a picture of them and put it on his phone. So then I thought like, "Oh, that's a good idea." So there's this couple behind me. I took a selfie of us three in the in the picture, and then I cropped it out on my phone to where it was just the lady.
All right.
It's just the lady. So. Here's the fucking. That was what. So
my
phone. So she's on my screen.
Show that to the camera.
B. So she's.
Let's give that to a camera right there. See the camera behind you? Hold that up. Can we zoom in? This is where we're.
Where?
Hold it behind you. That one.
That's not.
Oh wait, no.
No, that's me.
That way.
This one.
Show it that way.
Yeah. Right.
There you go. The turn.
I see.
Oh, you know what it is?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
We'll just send him the fucking picture. Send him the picture. We'll put it on the thing.
So that's what they're seeing, right?
All right.
The lady, right? So I go, okay, I got it on my phone. So the lady gets up, she leaves, and the guy's just there.
Can I mention something?
What's up?
All right. They were with their kids.
And they were with their kids. So I go up to the guy. The lady goes to the bathroom or wherever. Guy's there. I go, all right, fuck it. So I go to the guy. I go, hey, man, how do you know that lady that you're here with? He goes, oh, it's my wife. Yeah. And I go, damn. And he goes, what? What's up? I go, I didn't know she was married. I thought she was my girlfriend. And so I show him this. And the guy loses it, okay? He goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
Kids are there.
And I'm like, well, yeah, man, I didn't know. He was just like, what are you talking about, dude? So he starts revving up. He starts getting amped up. And I can see I'm close to getting punched. I'm about to fucking go flying. And so I just go, hey, it's a prank, man. I'm just kidding. It's just a prank. And he goes, I don't find this fucking funny. So he just doubles down on the anger. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, man. I was just joking. You think it's fucking funny, dude? It's fucking Father's Day. I'm here with my kids. I'm trying to enjoy my family. We're in a game, dude. And I know I'm in danger because it's a white guy and he's in every sentence in dude. Like every sentence is ended with, yeah, dude, fucking this. I'm like, hey, man, I'm just kidding, blah, blah, whatever. It was just a prank. And I turn around, I sit down, and I ruined the game for them, but not only for myself, because I can't just relax and be there. Like now I'm
because you might get punched in the fucking side of the head.
Now I'm like really into baseball. I'm like, yeah, we got a runner on second. Like I'm like really into this.
You should have found different seats.
All
right. So let's Brandon. Well, I want both of you guys. Just one at a time.
Wait.
Oh wait, there's more.
Left one thing out. Wife comes back, so I'm like, all right, it's over with. Whatever. She comes back. She sits down.
He immediately tells her.
He tells her.
Yeah.
She starts laughing. She thinks it's funny, Andrew. He does not, and they get up and they leave.
All right. I just want to break down a couple facts.
Go ahead.
There's no opinion on this.
What's the fact?
Kids were there. Father's Day.
Okay.
That guy's day.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
No, the next day is his day. This is a fucking Saturday.
This was their Father's Day celebration.
All right, fine. That's fair. All right, I give you that.
These are just facts.
What are we saying right now?
No opinions. I'm just saying that I don't have any opinion.
Here's a speculation. She probably cheated on him. That's why he was
facts only,
that's
dude.
That's what it is.
All right, Brandon, what do you think? Good prank or fucked up?
Now, I think that first of all, I have a question. You don't know this person, right?
No.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. But I also think it's very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
It's risky. It's not terrible.
I think it's mean, and it has small person privilege written all over it. Just
hell yeah.
Small person privilege.
Yeah. You're like, I know, I might get punched.
Absolutely not.
Dude, it's a prank. It's a
this
prank.
Shit I don't know. I don't have.
It's saying it's a prank, and then like trying to run away. That's classic shit. Like when you would like, do you remember the old pranks on YouTube where people would like run up and try to like pull up black guys' pants and shit like that? Like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Or they dress as a zombie. They chase black people.
Yeah.
Hilarious until they turn around, and then you're like, even funnier.
I think. I think poking the bear like that, especially on a Father's Day thing, I don't know.
It's not harmless.
Here's why I hated it. Is one, I like you, but it made me conflicted because anytime I see one of those YouTube pranks that you're talking about, right, where they're fucking like they go to the ghetto and they like fuck with somebody, right, and then they almost get their ass beat. All I want to do is see them get their ass beat. Because I'm like, learn your fucking lesson. And I would like you to just know what the lesson is.
Right.
I don't want you to get beat up learning this lesson. You're like, this is hilarious. But then you're going to show up with busted glasses and black eye one day. And then we're going to be like, what happened? You're like, it was a prank. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, no. But if you said what happened, I'd have been like, apparently I ran into somebody that can't trust their wife.
I have another question. Do you still have the photo as your wallpaper?
I just showed it.
Yeah. You're just showing it to the thing.
It's right there. It's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You still have it?
Yes, it's my girlfriend.
I don't love the prank.
No,
of course you don't love the prank, Andrew. You're a dad. You're putting yourself in that position where you're like, I'm trying to be out. I'm trying to have a nice day.
Fucking.
But I'm not with it. I'm not with anybody.
I got you.
So if someone did that to me, I'd be like, Probably, right? Wouldn't be the first time.
She gobbled me up. Yeah.
I mean, I think I've told stories on this podcast where I'd be like, "Sounds about right." Nowadays seems to be the trend.
I don't know. I learned pretty young just to never talk shit about people's kids or their wives, just because that's how.
I didn't talk shit about her.
You said
I basically said she looked so good. I saved her on my phone. But I actually.
How do you think that drive home was? How old were your kids?
Oh, dude, we're talking probably 8 and 6. Like, you know what I mean? They were small kids.
Dad, why did that man say that Mommy was his girlfriend? What is that?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
I didn't get to punch him. So that's what you say.
But no, this is what's funny. It's a picture from the game. And so that, I mean, like, that's what makes me.
But it's zoomed in enough where you know you're doing. If it was just right,
ish. Yeah, but it's at the game. It's like she just made this face.
I get it.
So it's like
it is a risky prank.
Yeah,
I will say you were right about that. It is risky, especially here in Texas.
Yes, I could have got shot at the game.
I don't think you can't bring a gun into the game, but right, even with the carry,
I could have got punched.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think any establishment you can say no guns to if you want, because we ran into that here before.
Yeah, when people try.
But it's just.
I had to tell open micers, hey, don't bring guns to the open mic.
Texas, baby. I'm going to fucking run the light.
Yeah. Getting 10 more minutes.
Right. Oh, you don't think that's fucking funny? Oh, that's not funny to you?
I can't believe y'all don't do pranks.
I've done a lot of pranks in my life. But
so what is this?
Here's the thing: is when I did mean-spirited pranks, which I did a ton of mean-spirited pranks. They were when I was when I was a teenager.
You can't do this.
I wouldn't call. I was never a big prankster. I was a bully. That's not
pranking with your fists.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I pulled this hilarious prank while I sexually emasculated a guy by pulling his pants down in front of
Jesse
the girl
did that
to
me in 6th grade.
Yeah, you told me about that.
That piece of shit.
You can't do that if you've done pranks, buddy.
I was, dude, me 14-year-old.
Yeah,
way different.
You can't be like, oh,
we used to take super glue and during class we'd like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'd take super glue. I'd walk down the hallway and on all the combination locks, I'd circle around the things so they would come out to the locker to get their books for the next period, and no one could do it. And then the janitor had to come in and cut off like 15 locks.
Damn.
I've showed people my ball sack when like the stepped in gum thing, like that's, I don't know if that's a prank more as it's just, sexual deviancy.
Other malicious ones we did as kids is we would go to our teachers' cars and we'd pull out the strips on their on their wipers. So when it was raining, they turn it on, just scratch their fucking thing.
Yeah,
now that I know as an adult how much teachers make, I always feel bad about that. But we used to do shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I was in I
used to blow up mailboxes with fireworks.
The last real prank I did was against Rich Williams.
I know this prank.
Steal his leg.
There's a YouTube video that if you haven't seen it,
no.
I do definitely tell everyone to this day that he has one leg. Yeah. Chase DeRusso told me one time, and then me and him started working out together. Me and Rich, we like swimming, and I told everyone that I saw him taking it off before he went into the pool. But one time, me and Chase DeRusso, as an adult, we started texting with Rich from like one of those fake numbers, and we were like, "Hey, what's going on, Rich?" He's like, "Hey, who's this?" And we were like, "It's Sheila. Oh. We met after one of your shows at Warehouse Live. You handed me your flyer." And so just, things that lined up. Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. And so we start hitting on him, right? And then he eventually calls, and me and Chase are driving down the road panicking. And he goes, Chase is like, I got this. And he goes, what's up, Rich? Like just some crazy. Also, Chase is black. He can do the voice. Yeah. But he's like, and Rich is like, hey, girl, what are you doing? And also, he's like, send us a photo, right? And then we Googled thick black girl. And sent him the first photo that showed up.
A thick black girl, yeah.
And we sent it to him, and he's like, damn, girl. Like, just like throwing a game, and then we're like talking to him for a while, and then after like 3 or 4 days of talking, we stop talking. He stops talking, and then we forget about it.
Okay.
And then about a month later, me and Chase are like, whatever happened to that? We started back up again.
Okay.
And so,
damn.
So then we do it for a couple weeks. So it's been about 2 months at this point since the beginning of this. And then at one point we get weird with it because we're getting bored. We're like, let's tell him we're 17. And then we do. Rich is a fucking gentleman. He's like, hey, I don't play like that. Too young. If the prank we would never have exposed the prank the way we did if he ever got weird about it, right?
Yeah.
We would have been like, this is crazy. I don't want to be involved, right? But he was a gentleman about it. And then we did this thing where I was texting him being like, yo, you're talking to my fucking girlfriend, you piece of shit. And then then we're starting to fight, and then we go back and forth and back and forth. And then finally we stop and we go to an open mic at Boondocks. And he goes up, he does his set. And then I'm hosting. I go up and I go, Rich, come back up on stage real quick. And then me and Chase revealed that it was us. He's dying laughing. And Rich is such a good sport that we do this thing where we pull out our phones and we all read the characters for the whole 2 months. And it was so good. And it was one of the funniest things. So fucking good.
Yeah, I was there. I was there that day.
I'll see if I can find the link on YouTube. It's so fucking funny. But Chase, Chase was great, and it's insane that he didn't know it was Chase's voice.
Right?
And
hey, Rich.
I mean, it was like, hey, Rich. And Rich is like, yo, what you doing, girl? And he's like, I'm just at Sprinkles getting my sprinkle on. like over the top fucking shit. And it's so fucking funny. That's the last prank I did,
To be fair, that could have gone really wrong too, though, right?
It could have. But I'd like to think that if it did, we would have been like, nope, we're cutting this. No one will ever find out about it. But also, I don't know if that's the move. If he was like, hey, girl.
Okay.
So actually,
So in theory, if Trey had told the guy and the guy laughed, would you still feel the same way, Andrew? If the guy enjoyed the joke?
No. Because I knew Rich. Rich was a friend.
Oh, God.
Rich
you just don't like my you know what I used to do? Y'all's pranks?
Nobody,
super glue?
Nobody likes your fucking prank, dude.
I know. And I think about some of my pranks. We used to stop people's AC units when I was a kid.
That's fucked up. This is Texas, dude.
But that was a prank. We'd be like, haha, I got you. That was what I did.
Yeah.
And I knew those people.
And
this is my point. That was what I'm saying. We're neighbors.
There's that one prank where you fucked and then killed the old lady by not giving her meds.
I didn't.
Prank ya. Prank.
It wasn't a damn. Yeah, I got her good. She's a goner.
Dude, every time my kid, he's 7, but he's been doing this since he was 5. Every time I forget to do something or I'm like, hey, let's do this, and I just don't do it.
Yeah.
He's sweet. He's not like, Dad, why didn't you do that? He goes, Dad, were you pranking me? I'm like, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's why we didn't go out to eat. It was just a prank.
Yeah.
It's adorable, though.
That's fucking good.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right. What y'all got anything cool coming up?
I don't know.
Not by when this comes out. I'm in Denver.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's nice.
I don't know where I'm at.
What was that? You just mad about the prank?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good little baby voice.
I'm a good prankster, man. I'm a good sport about it.
What do you guys got this weekend? Anything?
This weekend, I'm in San Antonio tomorrow, and then I'm doing some shit around here on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I just got spots in town as well.
Yeah.
Andrew, let me know.
Andrew Youngblood.
Next time we do the pod, let me know.
AndrewYoungblood.com. I got shit coming up. It's hot today in here, right?
Nah.
I feel like I'm sweatier than normal.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, let's
look up Will at Guns and Liquor.
Yeah, gunsandliquor.com.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
My new shit, pranks and I don't know yet.
Pranks and tomfoolery.
Japery.
All right.
That's it. Later.